lam mim, ta sin mim, ha mim. All of these are these are huruf muqatta'at. These are letters that are found within the beginning of the surahs. Some certain surahs, only Allah knows the meaning of these, but these are basically letters that are put together. And if you had paid attention, you know that in some cases, there are that have there are some letters that have med. So for example, even when we did Surah Baqarah, Surah Ali Imran, these began with alif, lam, mim. And when we said alif, this was a normal just alif. Lam was going to be a longer med. You see that there is that sign of med, and then mim did not have a sign of med. So we have alif, lam, mim. So we had that lam, had that harf on it, that harf of mad. So this is where mad lazim harfi is applied on huruf muqatta'at. And then mad lazim kalimi is found within a word. So it is found within one word. Within that same word, we have a sign of mad, and then we have a sukoon followed after this. Most of the times in the Quran, when we are doing mad lazim, we have two different types of mad lazim. So we have one that is muthaqqal and one that is mukhaffaf. Muthaqqal means something that is heavy. Mukhaffaf means something that is light. So muthaqqal is from the word thaqil, mukhaffaf from the word khafif, meaning light. The distinction between muthaqqal and mukhaffaf mad is the shadda. So when you think of a shadda, it is almost a fortified letter. The shadda comes twice. So we have a shadda, we have the sukoon, and then we have another harakat. And compared to a shadda, the sukoon is lighter. The sukoon is only a sukoon, and the shadda is a sukoon on top of that. So now when we have the shadda, it is a fortified letter. It is a stronger letter. It is a heavier letter because of that shadda. So that one haraka of the shadda is basically talking about two separate harakat. So of course this is going to be heavier than a sukoon, which is just a normal sukoon. So this is going to be the distinction. So when we say muthaqqal and we say mukhaffaf, so if I say mad lazim kalimi muthaqqal, this is going to be with a shadda. And then if I say mad lazim kalimi mukhaffaf, this is going to be with a sukoon. So this is the distinction for mad lazim kalimi. Muthaqqal is with shadda, mukhaffaf is with a sukoon. Now, the one that we need to remember more is the muthaqqal mad. The reason for this is that this one is the one that occurs in the Quran. Now, for mukhaffaf mad, this only occurs one time within the Quran. And it occurs actually two times in the Quran, but it is the same word and it is in the same surah as well. And this is the word al-ana. This is the only time that mad lazim kalimi mukhaffaf occurs within the Quran. So this one is just kind of an outlier. So even if you don't remember, it's fine because this is the only one of its kind. Now the muthaqqal mad is the one that occurs many, many times in the Quran. And mad lazim kalimi muthaqqal is any time we have a mad followed by a shadda. So as we covered in the word as-sakha, ad-dallin, if we have the word atuhajjuni. Now in this med, it occurs twice. So we have the first med and then shadda, and then the second med and then another shadda. And both of these are going to be 6 harakat long. So this is mad lazim kalimi muthaqqal. It is a med followed by a shadda. And that shadda, it is what is calling this med a muthaqqal med, a heavy letter, a fortified letter. So this is something that we have covered again before when we did nabar. This is when we have a med followed by a sukoon. Normally, as I mentioned before, anytime we have a lazim kalimi med, it is going to be with a shadda. It is very, very rare in the Quran to find a med followed by a sukoon. And again, this is only found within one word. The same word is repeated twice within Surah Yunus, but this one word is al-ana. Now this is a 6-count med. We have a med, we have the alif med, followed by a letter with sukoon. So now this is going to be lazim, it is going to be a 6-count med, but this is the only time in the Quran where this occurs. And this is lazim kalimi mukhaffaf. So it is lazim to recite. Kalimi, it is within one word. Mukhaffaf, because it only has a sukoon, it does not have a shadda. So here, this is considered a light letter. The sukoon is kind of light. And we're not saying light in the term of heaviness and lightness, like qa and ka. Here, lightness is referred to kind of the weight of the word. So here the hamza, here the sukun is kind of a lighter version of the shadda. So here it is mukhaffaf. And again, this only occurs one time in the Quran in Surah Yunus. I should say two